All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
iPads and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back. We're live. Thankfully. I'll tell you what, we'll get into that here in a second. We're trying to hit the ground running here. Spot price, Dennis has got us in the chat at $3,371.90 an ounce on gold. And silver is wavering at $37.24 an ounce, which is still good. Still good. Still undervalued, but still good. I see Bortner's, Jason Weir, Ohio Relic Hunter, Barb, Dennis, Emery, Barks, and hopefully Randy DeMario. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody as I was scrolling down to get to the bottom of the chat real quick. Before we started out, I had lost all of the audio for the show for some reason and was trying to throw everything back in, get everything communicating again before we went live. So hopefully, that's kind of why we're a little bit fashionably late tonight, but I hope the audio is working. Everyone can hear us just fine. If so, somebody holler in the chat. And then we'll start bringing everybody in. All right. There we go. Alan Landau says yes. We've got the green light from Alan. Speaking of Alan, we've got him studio side as well because we have John Ramoska and Alan Landau on with us tonight for a Chicago Dig Fest update. And, see what else is going on up there with the Dig Fest crew. And, who knows? Maybe we'll even get to hear a little bit from Alan about Alaska. I'm thinking, me and Chuck will probably cover Alaska Wednesday as well. Also, for those who did not know, hang in to the end of the show. We will be doing a short tribute to Loy Milam, uh, one of the original founders of Relics Radio. Unfortunately, this past week had passed away from cancer. Great storyteller and terrible loss to the hobby. So, we will go ahead and we're gonna, sorry, squirrel. We're gonna go ahead and do a small tribute as far as Loy goes at the end of the show before we roll out. So let's get Chuck in here. There's Chuck. All right, Chuck has made it in.
We made her back. It was a long haul getting back. Wednesday night we'll cover a couple of the adventures beyond the adventure that a couple folks went through because they got into Seattle and got hung up on the tarmac, and it's a long story. We'll cover that and
Oh
missed
my.
flight. And, oh yeah, and because of it. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what everybody did, how much good times we had. It was good times had by all, and I've got 2 weeks booked for next year, starting July 31st for a week, and then I think it's the 5th or 6th to
Oh,
a second week.
so
And
we
the
are
first
doing
week,
2 weeks.
yeah, the first week's full.
Good,
Already,
good.
already filled up.
Awesome. Stories
Pretty,
travel far and wide, apparently.
yep, and we had some good fortune. Some did really, really well. Others did okay. We all got gold. That's the big point. And
That's the
some going to
important
go
part.
do some world class fishing. Of course, Frank come out on top of that, and he did very well, and his nephew Travis. So there's stories to be told. We'll get Frank on maybe with us.
Hey, there you go.
Yep, and we'll work on that. But we need to hear about Dig Fest here. The update.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we saw the post from KG and Ringy, unable to make Dig Fest due to having to go to Detective Hall, break my arm, send me to England
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah. Due
You know,
to no fault of their own. I mean,
no,
it's just
no,
the way it goes.
that's
So,
scheduling and things like that.
right. So we'll
And
get
then we'll
John.
we'll delve into the new Deus too that's leaking out there. I'd been told
Yeah.
about this unit back in April and talked about it and was told that no, we are not making a new unit. That's just the high frequency coil, which ended up being yes, they have a new high frequency coil and a new unit coming out. So I'm figuring sometime in Detectable they'll announce that.
Yeah, which I had mentioned that some episodes back that there was some things leaking out of France. It looked like
Yep.
they were going to announce a new machine at Detectable, and
Yep.
so far from what I've seen, if it can do what they crack it up that it can do, I think they've got a good one on their hands. We'll see what
Yep.
happens. Time
If
will
the
tell.
bug, if the bugs are worked out, oh boy.
Right.
Yep.
So let's get John and Alan in here.
Hey,
Hey,
John.
there he
Good
is.
evening.
There they are.
Hey,
Hello.
John. Hey, Josh. And
Yes.
you too there, fellow. Hi, Chuck.
Hey. Who most I'd have felt better if he flipped me off. He sat and just stared at me earlier.
I was in studio and I was backstage and I kept doing this. I didn't know if you saw it when you were
No,
blowing.
no, no, I didn't. All I saw was this bright halo around your face.
You know why? Because I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be on the Josh Kimmel show with Alan and Chuck live.
There you go.
Isn't he such an angel?
Yeah, I tried to blur out my screen, but it won't allow me to do it for some reason. So it is what it is.
Yep.
I could try
Well,
to do it again.
you know, if it's any consolation to you, it's blurred out on my end.
Is it? Am I blurred out? Okay, cool.
Well,
There you go.
everybody's blurred out on my end, John.
Oh, of course. So you got me there.
I have one question real quick for Alan. How your flight back was good, but I was told by a couple of them that hooked into Seattle, things went sour.
I heard about that. When did they finally get out?
I'm not sure. I called him yesterday and I woke him up and they got in. God, they had to spend the night in Seattle, then get their vouchers. He's got to go through insurance to get reimbursed on the rooms and ongoing mess. So we'll see how that works out.
No, our plane ride was fine. We had no problems.
I didn't either.
And
you met up with everybody else, had to go claim their luggage and recheck it again.
Yeah.
And you had the red eye again, didn't you, Alan?
Yes. That was,
No, I didn't.
Didn't sleep a wink.
I don't sleep well on a plane, no. But it worked out. We got home. Everybody's got home safe and sound, and that's a concern always. And because we scattered to the wind, but Ron and I, our flight, no problem. Everything was on time, clicking. Got in Chicago when they said we'd get there, and I got out and got to Moline and home timely. And but just like you, the red eye type thing, I was a later one than you even.
Yeah.
And it is what it is because that's the way they run it up there. Unless you spend the night in Anchorage and then take a day flight, it's a long haul.
But then those
but then you got another night in a hotel.
That's right. That's right, Josh. But anyway, boys, it's too bad that what exactly happened with KG and Ringy? They got.
Yeah, I heard from Tim today. He messaged me today. Detectable. They have no choice. It's part of their job.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, the way it sounded to me,
I wouldn't have went to England. I wouldn't have went to England. Yes. Yeah, of course I would have.
Yeah.
What? Nope, that's it. That's a deal breaker. It's off.
Yeah, to go to Detectable? Yeah, in a second.
I've been to one Detectable, and it was very interesting. I'm here to tell you that's when they introduced the 800, and that's a big event. We're talking.
And as you can attest to, Chuck, I mean, people have seen all sorts of different events around the U.S. and stuff like that when it comes to detecting. But when you get over to England and you get to Detectival, it's a whole other ball game. It is probably the largest event in the world.
Yep. They have a circus tent set up for the smaller companies bringing in things, and they're booth after booth after booth. And outside, they have rows of dealers from Europe set up, and then every major manufacturer is there in spades. Huge tents and welcome spots and coffee and donuts and everything like that, and lunches being given out. It's quite the deal over there. And I don't know when I was there how many hunters were in the field, but it didn't measure in 100 or 200. It measured closer to 1,000.
Yeah, I would say average probably 12 to 1,750.
So they all want to make a big show in there in
Big
Europe.
event.
Yeah. Big event.
It's like it's kind of like the Woodstock of metal detecting. I mean, there are people all over the place. It's a weekend-long thing.
Yeah, they have a small seated hunt, and the rest is huge fields, and they're all researched, and they have maps showing you, like, they know of a Celtic village up here, and they know of a Roman setup over here, and they put you up on a line and you walk. That Roman village could be 3/4 of a mile out before you ever get to it. No, I'm serious, and it's quite the hunt, and campers and hotels in the area are full up everywhere, and they bring in the big groups, bring in a charter bus. They come by bus, by the load. We did. We come in by a nice charter bus. There was probably just Mine Lab alone, 150.
Holy cow! All on one
Yes.
bus.
No, all bussed in from the conference, and then
A lot of labs.
dealers and
Everything's
people
bigger.
that work for the dealers. Yeah.
They
That's a
were
lot
all
of labs.
tied to the roof.
Yeah, like luggage. I could see them all just strapped on, like the trains in India.
Yep. They
Yeah.
just had
They're
lawn
pretty close to
chairs
that
strapped to
because
the roof.
those back roads, the back roads in England, they don't have shoulders. The hedges come right to the edge of the road, and it's quite the ride when you meet a bus and a bus is meeting a bus, and they're inches between them. The mirrors are folded back, and it's like, wow. So it's a big deal over there. That's a real big deal.
Sounds
Yes.
Yeah.
like fun.
So
That
yeah,
and the Rodney Cook Memorial Hunt is usually a pretty big event over there as well.
yes. So anyway, what's going on with Digfest?
Right.
What's up?
Go ahead,
Well,
John.
go-
John?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know where to start. So we're at 87. Sorry, 87. Jeez, we're at 97 people. We are still a go for all the food. I just called the guy the other day.
Good.
So we're good with that. He's still on. He's still online with us. I did make contact with the golf course that we were supposed to use, and I gotta find it now. I forget the guy's
Oh,
name.
for the golf carts.
Yes, yeah. Let me get to the. It's on our Facebook page. I just want to get to it really quick. So the guy Alan that was in Pickerel proper, what is the town by the closest to the campground. He's actually having a giant golf outing, like huge. So he's like, I can't rent you not even one. He goes, I would rent you one if I had it. I don't have one. He said, but I'm going to this. I'm going to this other guy, Ecstasy Golf, or I thought it was Ecstasy. Probably wrong, but somebody corrected me. I think somewhere in the post. Regardless, they got the phone number. It's in our Facebook page. You have to rent for 2 days because it's a weekend thing. So you're going to have to rent it for 2 days. So it's $55 per day plus taxes. If we get 6 or more carts rented, it's actually going to be really cheap because anything less than 6, they charge you like $30 for delivery because they're 100 and some miles away. So if we get 6,
Ooh.
so what he did was, if we get 6 carts or more, they're not going to charge us for the delivery. I think when you call there, she gives you the full rundown. I don't know what the full rundown is because I haven't booked for staff yet. So right now it's 2-seater is 55, a 4-seater is 85. So if you're with the group, better to rent the 4-seater.
Yeah.
And then the 4-seater also has a drop back seat. So you could drop it back, and if you want to carry your equipment, throw that on there, or whatever, just have the 4 of you. So there's that. The phone number is there. And if you go to the Chicago Dick Fest site, somebody in there actually wrote down her full phone number, her office desk phone number, so you can get a hold of her as well. So there's
Nice.
Galaxy Golf. That's what it was. I said, I don't know. It was so hard to hear the guy. He was on his phone with the windows open, playing some Garth Brooks song, and I was like, okay, I just wrote what I heard. But I got the phone numbers right. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Really nice guy. The girl is straight up. So what she does is she'll get your information. She'll send you an email. You sign you type in your initials as a signature for responsibility, and she takes your payment and bills you. And then when it comes there, we'll be there Thursday. So it's either going to come Thursday, probably going to come Thursday night or early Friday morning. So I'll be the key master. I'll get the keys, and I'm just going to put the keys. Nobody's going to steal them. I'll put the keys in the ignition, and everybody's going to have their rental forms rubber band or taped to the steering wheel, and then you just find your cart and go. Somebody had asked also if they could bring their four-wheelers and whatever, some weird bike. I don't know. No. That's a no from the camp for insurance purposes, especially. Rather have somebody driving a golf cart than, not that somebody would be irresponsible, but I'd rather get tagged by a golf cart than tagged by some four-wheeler from some guy whipping around a corner thinking he's having fun and mistake or whatever. Not that
You make a valid point.
Yeah, not that our people would do that. So somebody did ask if they could bring their own golf cart. The answer is yes. Somebody also asked if they needed to have a golf cart. Well, it's 180 acres. Of the 180, I want to say about 80 is wooded, but there's a lot of paths. So unless you plan on doing a lot of walking, I would say get the golf cart. But I will be honest with you and tell you, every event that we're going to have is going to be right outside our lodge, and right outside the lodge where we're having the food and everything else. That's 417,685 square feet. So
right. So the golf cart is really only going to be beneficial if you're looking to do a lot of hunting in the wild.
The open hunting.
Yeah, the open hunt, yes, because you can take those golf carts and you can take you could see, actually, we saw it when we were there, the old train track pathway, which I didn't notice. Yeah. So the train took the people from Chicago to Rockford, or Chicago to Madison, and Madison there's a shorter train to there, and the people get out and they would actually horse and buggy to the lake, and then they would pull themselves along the lake or walk around to the other side. So there's a lot of paths. You can see there's some overgrowth. There's some smaller trees. So you can go back as far as you can with the golf cart and then get out and then walk that path. It has saplings. It has some, at 12-inch, 14, 26-inch trees, from their logging days. But there's so many paths. There's a lot of, if you want to walk, you walk. If you want to bring your bicycle, whatever you want to do. But I know I don't want to be walking that far or walking that much, and I'm not even detecting. So
now, one question, John.
Sure.
Who do we pay? We pay you for the cart, or do we have to call, rent the cart, and put the money on a card with them? How's that work?
Right. So if everybody can get I'll put the phone number in. I'll say it verbally, and then I'll put it in the chat, and people can grab it. Or Alan, if you want to put it in the chat.
I don't have the number handy.
I'm going to give you the number.
You're about to.
If you could type it into the chat on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, give me a second.
Are you on YouTube?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. 715 574 6526.
Okay.
And her name is Emily. You want to ask for Emily?
Emily.
Yeah. Emely.
Emely?
Yeah, Emily. Listen, I didn't give her the name, dude. I just that's how she spelled it.
That's a different spelling.
Yeah, that's true. So her name is Emily. Just tell her that you're with Illinois Metal Detecting Association or Chicago Dick Fest. Tell her or Camp Makajuan for the hunt. She'll know exactly what it is. So you're going to do is you're going to give her your credit card information. You can do PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, or credit card over the phone. But what she's going to do is she's going to send you an email, and then after you pay, and then you just do your e-sign or your 3-letter initial, and then she'll send you she'll send you a copy of your rental agreement. You just print that out, keep it with you.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very straight up. She's very helpful. Yeah, because I don't want to have something else to take care of. Alan and I have a lot to take care of already.
Kevin was asking, when's the earliest they can arrive at the campground?
Yeah, so the earliest you can arrive if you're on Thursday, anytime after 3 would be great because it gives us time. So anytime after 3 on Thursday, our staff is going to get there. We're leaving Chicago area about 7, right? 4 hours to get up there, but we have to go up there. We're going to be shopping. So I want to make sure that our staff or some of our staff is going to be there. So if you want to come on Thursday, you can come Thursday. I don't care. Sam doesn't care. But
There's just no detecting.
Yeah, just no detecting.
Right, no detecting.
Right. So Thursday is anytime like 2:30. I think 2:30 would be fine. 2:30, 3 o'clock. If you're a little earlier than that, that's fine. I just want to make sure that myself or some of my staff members are there to meet you, greet you, and then get your cabin, show you where the cabins are, and you can find your cabin on your own. There should be, I think there's a key inside each cabin. They're pretty much going to be all unlocked with the key on the table. So yeah, so that would be Thursday, and then anytime Friday, anytime Saturday if you're just doing the 1-day hunt. Sunday we're looking for everybody out by 12 because it's going to be you guys continue to hunt like we did at Ocaro. You'll hunt, you'll do find the whole thing. You see a hole open, please fill it in. If there's garbage, there's my wife. Too late, they got you. If you find garbage or whatever is an open hole, please fill it in. Same deal. And we got great. We cleaned up better than any Boy Scout group ever, any club ever. Yeah, we got like the head guy was like, I can't believe how clean it is. Not Sam's boss. So we pretty much, we're good to go with them. And I want to keep it that way because there's a couple other places. I think in Naperville, there's 1 or 2 Boy Scout camps that we like to use also. We'll be around to help out. That would be awesome, Kev. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, of course, we're always open for helpers. That's great.
There's also in that lake that John was talking about that they were pulling rafts across the lake. You can go diving if you dive in that lake for stuff. There was also a resort on that lake years and years and years ago. So you'll be able to find things in the water.
Just be careful.
I do know some people that are bringing hookahs and diving.
Oh, I thought it was hookahs, like,
No, that type of hookah. It's a diving. Diving.
Okay. Well, I mean, hookah could be,
yes,
could be cigarette stuff.
Yeah. Whatever.
But there is stuff in that water, and that could actually be done Friday too.
Yeah.
Diving.
Yeah. And there'll be old stuff in that water.
Right.
Well, we would hope. I mean, because the kids swimming, there's so many parts. Like,
oh, that's true. Yeah.
It's so hard to describe so that's a pier that they took down. So there may be metal. I don't know how they put it up. I think it was wood, but there may be wood with like, rusted nails. So that's the whole thing with the insurance policy stuff. I don't think we would have an issue with people.
And with open hunting, there's no guarantee on what's there, but there should be stuff.
Oh, for sure.
You just don't know.
Yeah. And so the other thing that we're kind of concerned about is everybody's going to have their car there, and then you figure there's going to be 98 people, and if people double up, so you're going to get like 40 some cars. So there are plenty of spaces to park, and this is the other reason why I was talking about golf carts. So I don't really want to. I'm going to rough it out, but so when you come in to into the main part, you're going to go down this road, obviously, and you're going to come to the main building. To the left is the maintenance center, and it's long. It's got to be 2 blocks long. So you could park your cars there, but my thought would be that if you're staying, if you're not parking it by your cabin and you want to park it there, you got your golf cart. Now you could take your golf cart and just zip, zoom around, and you know what I'm saying. And your car's there. You have the golf cart. You don't have to worry about driving your car around the whole entire campground, because there's some spots that you're going to be sitting on the side of the road, and then if, I don't know. It's up to you. I wouldn't personally, but everybody does things differently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back where I was saying. So
Mhm.
along the lake, there's 3 or 4, Alan, giant fire pits
Oh,
where all
God.
the kids sit,
Bunches.
and then they go swimming out from those. Like they actually go down there past the fire pit.
Where our main hunt field is, you also have a huge fire pit area there too. It's literally waterfront, and a lot of trees. There's going to be a lot of mosquitoes. Make sure you bring your spray. Make sure you have the spray that we had to take to Alaska that it will get rid of ticks, because there is ticks up that way there also.
Yeah,
What, like the permethrin?
Yeah, permethrin in your pants, and then spray the shit out of your arms and legs. So I'm sorry, let me just real quick, because the questions are coming through. There is no sand beach, although there is sand there. Okay, I'm going up backwards. So then I'm going to go, how far is the spot for campers away from the event? Are you talking like pop-up campers, or are you talking the come-along campers, Emery? Everything pretty much.
Emery is talking the full size campers.
Okay.
Not a pop-up.
All right, so the full size camper, I think, is going to be maybe a half a block, because okay, so come on. What's that?
That's what Sam said.
Yeah,
it's real close to the hunting areas.
I can't hear you.
It's very close to the hunting areas, and yes, you want to bring your generator.
Yes, you can bring a generator for sure, because every camping spot has their own little looks like a finger, right? So you could pull a camper in here, and then your generator is not going to bother that person. It's not going to bother this person. This person's not going to bother these people. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like he's got it situated where you're not going to bother anybody else.
Right, and a lot of these people running the pull behinds will have generators with them, so I'm sure they'll all be kind of right there amongst one another.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. The tent area is massive. There's pretty much pick a spot, as long as it's not on the field. There are, just outside the lodge area. So there's a parking space. There's the small cabin, which is going to be our base, and then outside that, across from that, there's the front row, and that's staff parking for our vehicles. And then beyond that, I think there's a spot for 20 cars, and then if you drive like a quarter of a block or half a block, there's another spot. You can pick sides of the road. You can pick wherever you want to go. I mean, it's parking crazy. So that's what Alan, I mean, I can't think of a place that they can't park it. Oh, there's that other spot on the other side of the field. Remember when we walked to the other side where they were doing the construction work? There's a big field over there where you could park. So yeah, there's plenty of parking for your vehicle.
There's plenty of places.
Yeah, but honestly though, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to walk all that. I mean, I'm not pushing the carts, but I'm pushing the carts. I'm just trying to be honest.
I would agree. The place is way too big, If you want to hit the far areas of the facility, you could be talking to go around the other side of the lake. It's far.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a trek ahead of you.
Yes. And you'll see all that. We're working on, there is some maps around up there. Are we trying to print up any maps, John?
I don't know if I could. Well, we could bring up maps for up there, but they could also go to Macajua, Camp Macajua, and type it in.
And take the
And
pictures off the.
And there's an actual photo of the map. I had a picture of the map. I was just looking at it before we got on, and I don't remember. Talk to him, keep him busy. Have him look at the squirrel real quick. I try to find this picture. Let me see. Because I know I posted one. It's in featured. All right, let me see. I think I got. Here we go. So I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can. Open my phone.
While he's doing that, Barb, there's some of the cabins are literally right next to this big field. There's probably 20 cabins
nice.
right there.
Okay,
nice.
So I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can. So there's obviously this is the big lake. Okay, and then you can see there's this little square piece right here. That's the hunt field. This whole piece here. It's
like 400,000 some square feet.
That's a good size area.
Right. So all these little names here are all the sites that are for camping, for your tents and your campers and everything else. So when you're here, you're going to have to go all the way around over here to this side, to the other side of the camp, for people that want to do the the resort area and stuff. Now, if you come over here, which is outside the road, this is the other side of the campground. So you're gonna go over, you're gonna go through, and you're gonna come into, they call it the west side. So this camp has east and west sides, and then this is the west side of the actual, where like they have the horse barns and the groundskeepers, and they have overflow, for really nice overflow place for come along campers. And this is where we actually slept when we went up there to check it out with Alan and the guys that didn't make it last time. But it's huge, it's massive. Again, you can hunt anywhere on the property. You can go across the main road. The only place you cannot hunt is the cemetery right on the road.
That's understandable.
And and the fire department. Even though the campground owns the property, you cannot hunt the property that the fire department is on. That's a big no-no. Other than that, anywhere is possible. There's bogs there if you want to hunt the bog areas.
Oh boy.
I mean, they're not really bad. I mean, it depends on the rain. But when you drive down the main road, you're going to see a lot of, they're like maybe 6-inch diameter Scotch pine that they planted after they did the logging. Where they planted the stuff. It's like 6-8-inch Scotch pines that are rows and rows and rows. So it's just, you don't know. It was a CCC.
Is there a drivable path from the entry side where we're going to be? I'm talking about the golf cart around to where the old resort was.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, 100%. Yep. Okay. And it's like a very beautiful scenic ride. And then what's really cool, someone wants to know how far away are the cabins from the campers. Maybe half a block. It's not stacked. It's kind of like, I wish I had the photos still.
Like I said, the big field.
Right, it's spread out enough that they're not too far away if you want to go visit somebody at their camper, but the campers are still far enough away that their generators aren't going to bother people in the cabins.
Yes, for sure. all you like find
But
it.
the main hunt field, literally by the building where we're going to be serving food and all that, there's cabins. I think there's about 24 cabins that are literally starting at 15 yards, 20 yards away from there.
Yeah, those are, what do they call them?
Those are the 2-person cabins, I think.
I think they're called the college cabins because it's 2 twin beds.
Yes.
You could bring a heater or a fan if you want. There's electric in them. And then if you walk outside your door, I know we said this before, but they have the Army trough sinks. One side has the Army trough stainless steel. And then they have the flushable toilets. And then where the tents and stuff are, so it would be our lodge would be here. And then on the other side of the main field, there are showers with toilets, and then just toilets, all flushable, and they have the pit. So there's flushables and pits, and then showers with toilets, mirrors.
And we checked out all that too.
They all flush. They all work. We each took a
Sounds
dump
like
in one.
a
And it went
very
right
nice camp.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Good.
2 perfect bungalows are awesome. They're
Sounds
very
like-
nice, actually. Yeah.
Now, Alan's got one rented from Frank and myself and him, and I don't know about Dave. I haven't talked to him
Well,
since.
there's a few other people. It's a 6 or 7 person one.
Yeah, and we need to bring a sleeping bag, right? Ben?
Yeah. They
I
have
would
the
think so.
mattresses. Yeah, I would bring a
think so.
sleeping bag or do like, a sheet, and then you army fold it, like a cot, army cot folding.
Yeah.
Not cot, but you know what I'm saying. Do the army fold, the whatever, and then put your
Yeah.
sleeping bag on top of that. If you're on the other side of the road where the horse barn is, you definitely need to bring some light. So a lamp or some sort. But there is a Lowe's, there's a Home Depot in town, and my wife and I bought the 200,000 illumination, runs on 4 battery lights, and we lit up the whole damn thing. So the whole campground got lit up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, of course, because we need to see. So
Right.
Right. Yeah,
I
of course.
I can't find the pictures right now, but if you guys look on
That's
there,
okay.
yeah. Sorry, it's not working as fast as I thought it would.
Well, and most of the I imagine a lot of these people probably have some sort of light with them.
Oh yeah, headlamps, whatever. But those mosquitoes were brutal.
Or the built-in one on your phone.
Yeah. Alan will tell you the mosquitoes are pretty bad. They're just ruthless.
I probably had about 30 mosquito bites and 4 ticks.
Ooh.
Mm.
And how long were you guys there?
One day.
Yeah, not even a day. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for one of them to say, an hour and a half.
There you go.
But we were rolling around and rolling around.
Right.
Okay. All right. So here's some pictures. So it's going to be sporadic for me. So these tents, if you guys want a tent camp, you put it in the link that we have. You're gonna say tent camping, and then he's gonna have the Boy Scouts because they're for their volunteer. Yeah, exactly. They wish to come every month. Okay. The Boy Scouts are going to volunteer to put up the canvas tents for you, and they're raised. The platform are raised. See that there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's one. There's what they look like when they're closed. But I would bring a bug zapper. Sorry. Too much time in the army. I know better. Okay, so that's the camp. Okay, so here is this is the main area where we're going to stage. All right. This building here is the staging. This is the lodge, and way back, oh, hold on, way back over there. That's the other end of the field.
Wow.
All we're going to be
Wow.
for the main hunts. This is the lodge that we're having our food in. The canoes will be off the tables. And yes, it's that long. It's
Man.
Cool.
very, yeah, it's very big. This is just one photo of the lake. I think there's a sign that I think a bass pushed a sign up out of the water. It had a middle finger. It says Frank. I think if you look right over here somewhere, he's got a sign with the middle finger on it. It says, "Come on, Frank, let's go." But that's just a little shot. So that area there, if you go down that hill, there's a bunch of wood logs that are made into like a half circle, and that's one of the pits. And then if you look across the lake to the other side, to the left, which I'm trying to get to. Oh, okay. So real quick, that's the other side looking towards the lodge right here. So that's the lodge way over there. And this is the
If you
other
look
side.
on the left, past the left of those trees, you're across another field, and that's where there's a big pit right up by the lake.
That's
right in
on
there in the
that
tree.
side. Right. Okay. So
Huge.
large. And here's another pit where the kids all sit. Over this way. The lake is massive. And you know what's funny is you look at the lake and you're like, oh, it's just a big circle. And then you drive like 100, 200 yards and you can see it kind of bend.
Right, yeah. You start walking, and half a day later, you're going, is there ever an end?
Yeah, for sure. So this is the 2-person cabin that you're going to get.
No, they're nice.
With electric.
Cozy.
Yes.
ORH was asking about the canoes. The canoes are available.
I think they're $5 for the day.
Yeah, that's Thursday. That's Friday. You can use the canoes, and it's $5 a day.
I think it's.
That's not bad.
Any day you want to use it, but that's just me. We'll let Sam. But all I know is it's $5. So here is the inside of the 2-person cabin. So you have the 2 cots, got your electric, and then you got a bunch of
those are nice.
Yeah,
very nice in there. Very nice.
Especially for no more than what they cost for the weekend.
It's $30 from Thursday. If you arrive Thursday, it's $30 from Thursday, and then you leave Sunday.
Wow.
So there's a bunch of these left over. All the cabins with the shitters on the inside are taken. But I'm going to rub it in for you that have the cabin. So this is what one of the cabins look like. This is a 3, 6, 7, 8-person cabin. Okay. Remember the stoves. If it has a gas stove, it won't be working. There's a refrigerator. I think this one has a small. Yeah, there's a small fridge. I'm pointing to my main screen, but you guys can't. Okay. Main fridge, pull-out sofa or regular sofa, sink, and wood-burning stove.
Wow.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I'm trying not to bore you. I'm just trying to give you guys what's available.
And for those that are interested in the tent camping, I know you were saying that scouts could come out, if you said you wanted tent camping, scouts can come out and set that up. Another thing to maybe mention too, if I remember right, there are scouts ready to volunteer to do that, because that also helps them to get one of their badges, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why.
Service badge.
So here's I think this is the one that Chuck is renting with Alan and the guys.
I believe so. That's the one with the screened-in porch.
Yes. So actually,
Alan.
Oh, nice.
What's really cool is if it gets bad weather, Alan and Chuck can let people sleep on the screened-in porch.
Yes.
Just saying. So here is what the inside looks like.
We went in them, Chuck.
So Each room has, there's 2 rooms. Each room has 2 bunk beds.
Cool.
Okay. And then there's the pooper with the sink.
Perfect.
And then here is this. When we went up there the first time, this is where my guys and I stayed. It's really super nice in there.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the fridge and everything's operable. We bring our stuff. We can throw it in there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I've been to a few different Boy Scout camps and whatnot, and those are some nice cabins.
Yes.
A lot of them are brand new too, within the last year and a half.
Yeah.
They look good.
Amish came in and built those.
Wow.
Some Amish guys. So here's a closer upper of if I can get it. Let's see. It'll twist for me. So you can see how big the lake is. I mean, I'm not trying to pitch. I know you guys are coming that are coming. But where he's pointing right now, that is the area. If I get my finger in there, where's it at? Oh, here we go. Big finger. That's the area where the old water tower was, where the guys would go to get their water for their food and to make stuff to eat when they were doing the logging. But if you look closer,
that's a good question. Is all the water there potable, drinkable?
Yes, yes. It's just it's that nasty tasting crap.
Lake water.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but my wife kind of sort of did. It's that, it's potable for sure. All right, where's my pen? So here's the dining hall. Where's my pen? Oh, there we go. I'm trying to do this backwards. Hold on.
It's a lake.
Okay, so there's the dining hall we're going to use. So the field we're using to hunt is from here all the way around to here, back up through here and here. This is the 417,000.
Wow.
Okay, I know I keep repeating that, but that's huge. So you can see.
And then I think I saw Frank comment the rest of the lake is his to fish.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Frank, there's 2 lakes here, buddy. This being the main one, they may be, teased a little too much. But here, like, see Bowie, Lewis, I can't read that backwards, Clark, Boone, Powell, whatever, something Lodge. All this here, these are all other places to camp.
Wow.
Like for camping. So we have all this here. Now the other side of the lake where you're going to use your golf cart to go to, you're going to come over here, and this is the old section. And then last but not least, not to bore everybody, let me flip this around here. Show you one more of the other side, the map where it shows both lakes. Okay, here, this is a better close-up of the 2 lakes. So, Frank, this is the second lake here. This is the second lake here. And then I think on this one, he was showing the spring fed. So if you want to pan there, you can pan there. But I will tell you this, he will be a stickler about you putting everything back in the hole that you pulled. He doesn't want divots in there. He wants it to be the flow, natural flow. So if you pan it and you make your pile, the holes that you made, he wants you to put them back as best as you can.
Now, also in that area, there was supposed to be a lot of the Copper Age stuff.
Yes.
So you may be able to find copper.
Oh yeah, I mean you are talking Wisconsin.
Warhead, arrowheads.
Yeah, copper culture artifacts.
All that stuff is supposedly all in that area too. So you may be able to be finding that too.
You never know.
No. So
now, I don't guarantee it, no, but it was in that area.
Yeah.
Heavy in that area.
Yeah, we don't know anything if you find it. That's all I know.
Right.
I don't know nothing.
Yeah. I was going to say I don't think I would plaster it all over Facebook if you did find it, folks.
No, nope. You got to show us so we can see it, though.
Yeah, I just want to see it.
Right.
Yeah, I just want to see it. Yeah. So I didn't mean to over talk it, but there's a lot of information that people were asking that I just it's easier to show than the text. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry for
absolutely.
talking that, but yeah. Okay.
Now, what year did the campsite start, John?
The camp was 180.
No,
Sure.
as a Boy Scout camp or as a logging
19
camp?
1921 for Boy Scout was
Right.
when he gave it.
1804 for a logging camp.
1804 for
Very
logging, and it was a CCC camp as well. So they used the people that don't know, the people that were captives. They would bring them in and they would have them work, and then eventually somewhere became citizens, somewhere along the line eventually. But yeah, so we've detected stuff in Illinois along the Des Plaines River that were CCC camps. We found a lot of German coins. Some of them were silver, a lot of them were zinc or aluminum. But yeah, so God only knows what's there, and we're not guaranteeing you're going to find anything or anything special. You're gonna find something.
No, but for the age of the camp and everything that has went on, the potential possibilities are practically endless.
Yeah, you don't find that kind of age and property in this part of the country.
No.
The POWs, Dennis, they would bring them to Fort Sheridan, and then from Fort Sheridan they would split them off. That was the Civil War, Pearl Harbor, and World War I for sure. But yes, that's what they did.
Cool. Ought to be interesting. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
And I got to hook up.
Thursday,
I got to
right?
hook up with Frank, see when we're leaving and what's going on there, and we'll get up there and. Well, it looks like a fun time.
And if
No,
somebody's
you can't
got
go
a
up
few,
on Monday, Chuck.
What's
that?
You can't go up on Monday.
No.
You get
Okay.
a head start.
Hey.
and if people have some buddies that they're going with or whatever, that makes the rental of a cart very affordable.
Yes,
and I know $55 for a day for 2 days is kind of hitty, but honestly, in the lot, so you don't buy.
Look at how far away it is, though. Where else are you going to find one?
Right.
And we will have some for staff to be getting around in case.
Of course, we're going to have a water cart. We're going to have, and it's rain or shine. So I would rather drive around in a cart than walk a quarter mile uphill both ways
in the rain.
To go hunt in the rain to go hunt.
God forbid somebody gets hurt. We got to have carts to be able to get people out too.
Yeah,
that's
we're
true.
going to have 3.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean,
okay.
Time is of the essence, especially if it's a serious injury.
Yeah. So I am done with all that information. If I can, I'm just going to have Marcia pay for the yeah. We have some people that are up there that have cabins and stuff. They're like, "Can we?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." We got one guy bringing his own car. We got a guy bringing a bike. So yeah, whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. Just all I'm going to say is this: you don't want to miss the meet and greet, even though KG and Ring are going to be there. But we still have a good time because we have Chuck and
you
Frank.
Definitely don't want to miss the food.
No, that food on Saturday is going to be banging. It's going to be so good. So that's all I pretty much have. I mean, if you guys have anything you want to throw in, Chuck's on again.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. It dropped me. Oh, I just
look how grumpy you look, Chuck. Look at your photo there. Look how grumpy you look.
Oh, all right, I'll come out.
I think you're kind of frozen.
I'm sitting here going, "Oh, what the heck happened there?" Boom, gone.
I think the Ice Age got him. He's frozen.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for those people that are here, any questions? Because I know I overtalked a lot on it, but those things, and we only have not even 4 weeks and 3 days for us.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok.
Goes by fast, doesn't it, Alan?
Yes, sir.
That's why I thought it might be a great time to do an update on DigFest, especially after seeing the posts, the post from KG and Ringy, because I mean, I guess first off, KG and Ringy shouldn't be the only reason why people are attending this event.
Right.
You know, that's just a bonus.
It's a bonus. It's fun to have them. They're great emissaries of the hobby.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but this one here has enough hunting for them to do that they're going to have a blast for a day or two there.
Really?
And fishing and Frank, I won't be able to find him.
They were going to have a blast, but now they won't be there.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're going to have.
I think we'll be okay.
But
I think
that's
we'll make it.
that much more
Yeah.
for the Marks team to find.
Yeah, there's enough goofballs in our group anyway. I'm sure we're not going to have a problem laughing at somebody. You know,
That happens. That happens. So, well, fellas, I'm going to get out of here.
same
Thank
here.
you for the updates. We should have them on like
2 weeks.
7 days ahead of time, Josh. If there's any
What do
updates.
you guys
Great.
think about that, John, Alan?
I'm good with that.
All right, because I'm sure there'll be some. It never fails. There's always a change. There's always something different. Something happened here. You guys can update us to what to expect, and I think that'd be a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
Alaska was a lot of fun.
Just in
Talk to
case.
Chuck, maybe you can still get into the second week.
Oh yeah, there's still openings on week 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they'll be shuffling around. Somebody will decide they want the second instead of the first. Somebody may say, "I'd like to stay 2 weeks," and that's happened. So
And
that's coming up. We'll discuss that
somebody
another
may
time.
back out
That's
too.
not a good idea.
Oh, Chuck, I got it. Real quick before you leave. So on TikTok, I sell numismatics, right? I sell
Yeah.
foreign currency, American currency, all that. So I've devised a plan. Not that I came years ago, but if I come up with my own money, then she can't say shit. So I'm looking forward to next year. I got
No.
my goal is $5,000 in my pocket, baby. $5,000, and I'm gonna be golden.
There we go. I've got a bunch of fine gold, and I'm going to do like Bering Sea's done. They've got it on. I think it's J and Bullion. I'm going to break it down to grams and sell it at an exorbitant price for a gram of Anvil Creek gold.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Still Bering Sea gold because that used to be seafront.
That's the same thing.
I've seen, and I know everybody's got to go, but I'm gonna tell you this. I've seen some. I'm gonna say it. I've seen some shit that I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And I showed Alan. You've got to be kidding me. These people are paying these prices for some of this stuff. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and as long as those prices stay where they're at on the upside, it's going to continue to be crazy. So, and that's insane. I mean, wow. So anyway, guys,
we were talking about that over when we were up in Alaska, looking at what they were selling this stuff for.
Oh my God,
crazy!
It was crazy, and it's selling, but not as fast as it was. But yeah, it's good stuff, and I'll talk to you sometime, John, about your TikTok enterprises. So that's cool.
Yeah,
but thanks for having me with you guys. Good information, nice pictures, and I'll be talking with John and Alan, and we'll be up there. I don't know what I'm going to haul up other than some standard stuff that everybody forgets: a pinpointer, a shovel, a dig tool, a pouch. I'm missing a nut on the detector, or I don't have just all that kind of stuff to have on hand.
Oil washers.
Speaking of which, we're going to be doing card pulls again. We're gonna be doing card pulls. We're gonna be having the raffles, of course. We got the gold coin. We're gonna be doing some 1/200th ounces of gold Egyptian scarab coins. We got quarter ouncers.
Cool.
We're gonna a lot of different stuff. So KG and Ringy may not be there, but we have stuff to entertain you.
With the help of you guys last year and this year, we put the monies that we made in that towards feeding kids, and so far this year, well, the fire department and everybody going together at lunchtime, we fed 1,742 kids lunches as of last week.
Holy crapola.
That's great.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I like that. I'll
Good.
probably run a little raffle just for that again, John, if that's and Alan.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely
And,
fine.
Yes.
all righty. All righty, fellas. We'll talk to you later.
All right,
Josh, thanks for having
everybody.
me.
Thank you.
Take care, fellas.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Bye-bye. You bet.
Take care, Josh.
Anytime. And apparently we'll be seeing you guys back, I guess, a week before DigFest
Yes.
for any final updates that may be going on.
Yes, sir, you
Sounds
will.
good.
Sounds good, brother. Take care.
Awesome.
Take
Thank
care,
you guys
everybody.
very much for taking the time to be on with us. And for everyone else out there, don't go anywhere. We've got an audio clip to run real quick. So thanks, guys, for being on with us. Okay. Now then, as I promised at the beginning of the show, hopefully this will go through okay. We were trying to get everything set up, but I was also dealing with some glitches from a last-minute Windows update. Either way, as I said before, those that may or may not have heard, Loy Milam, a.k.a. Digging with Seven on YouTube, and one of the original founders of Relics Radio, unfortunately passed away this past week after a battle with cancer. Great storyteller, and we just kind of felt compelled to go ahead and share a story from him on the air here before we roll on out of here. Those of you that have followed the show for any given amount of time, you have heard it before, but still a good story. So we'll roll that, and then we'll see about getting out of here.
What we call 5 Mile Hollow is situated along Meshack Creek in Monroe County, Kentucky, where I live. This creek was named by early settlers when Richard Skaggs had a son by the name Meshack that was tragically killed, scalped, and tied to a tree by Indians along the creek. Richard and his wife Elizabeth had 14 children, and he named 3 of the boys after the friends of Daniel in the Bible, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. 5 Mile Hollow is really an exceptionally quiet spot, so much so that people that come there that don't live in the area notice the lack of modern sounds of cars or planes or any sounds really associated with the industrial world. But it's also known as a place where the dead do not rest. In addition to the tragic death of Meshack Skaggs, years later a teenage girl mysteriously died in this hollow on her birthday at the same general location where Meshack Skaggs' body was found tied to a tree. Dr. Linwood Montell of Western Kentucky University, in his book, Ghost Along the Cumberland, records the story of this girl's reappearance a year after her death. As the story goes, following a community dance, there were a couple of boys that danced with a girl at the dance and then agreed to walk her home. She lived in 5 Mile Hollow. The air was cold and chilly that night, and so one of the boys loaned her his coat. When they approached the lane that led to her house, the boy told her, said, "Just keep the coat. I'll come back and get it tomorrow." So the next day he went back and he knocked on the door, and he was greeted by an older lady, and he told her the story of the night before. Said, we met your daughter at the dance and danced with her, and we were walking home, and she was cold, and I loaned her my coat. Well, as he finished his story, she screamed out, "Is this some kind of cruel joke?" And he didn't know what she was talking about. And the lady said, "My daughter died a year ago yesterday." And the boy pleaded his case. He said, "No, we danced with her last night. We walked her home. She borrowed my coat." And the woman, in tears, pointed up the road toward the graveyard, which really is about a mile away, I guess. And she said, go and look at her headstone for yourself. So the boy went to the graveyard, and approaching the graveyard, he seen his coat on her headstone. This story gained notoriety in 1965 in a hit song by Dickie Lee called Laurie, Strange Things Happen. And you can pull that up on the internet and listen to that song. You know, for years, people who have walked through this holler or who have rode a horse through 5 Mile Holler have reported being touched by someone at the spot where this girl and Meshack Skaggs met their untimely deaths. Some people even claim when they ride a horse through there that they can feel someone get on behind them. I do a lot of detecting in 5 Mile Holler, and I've taken visitors that come to detect with me to this area. I never tell them the story about this place. 2 years ago, Joe Davidson and J.L. Digger came to Kentucky to hunt with me. J.L. Digger and I were hunting at the base of a hill, and Joe was at the top of the hill. There's nothing on the top of the hill. Now, there are woods around it, but Joe was hunting in a bare spot on top of this hill. We'd been hunting probably about 30 minutes, and Joe came running down the hill. He was white as a ghost. His eyes were as big as saucers. And he said, somebody touched me on the shoulder. Said, I thought it was one of y'all. And I turned around to look, and he said, I didn't see anyone. He said, it's not like a limb or anything. It was multiple touches on my shoulder, hard. And he was adamant about it. I didn't tell him the complete story, but I did say, well, there are stories about things that have happened in this holler. And then a few weeks ago, Mike Darnell of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, came to hunt with me, and we hunted close to 5 Mile Holler. At the end of the day, we drove back through the area, and we reached a spot on the road that is about a 300-yard stretch where the road forces you to drive in Meshack Creek itself. As we approached the spot and started to get to drive into the creek, well, Mike just screamed out. He said, stop. He said, I had a dream about this very place. He'd never been there. He'd never seen it. And I never told Mike any of the stories prior to that. But I did tell him, as I told Joe, I said, there are strange things that have been reported in this holler. So are there ghosts in 5 Mile Holler? I don't know. However, I do agree with the title of the song. Strange things happen, even unexplained things in 5 Mile Holler.
So for those that haven't heard the story of 5 Mile Holler before, there it is. And Loy shared that with us some years back on one of our Halloween spooky story episodes. If you go back through the archives, you may be able to find it still, either here on YouTube or over on the podcast distribution side. Yeah, it's still a great story. And the interesting thing with that is that particular evening that we aired that for our Halloween show, one of the people that had hunted with Loy at 5 Mile Holler had called in with their own spooky story because we were running a contest that night. Best spooky story won a prize. And when they called in, I happened to tell them, I said, well, actually, we've got a story here that you may want to hear. So I'm going to give you time to hang up, get back into the chat, because we were taking call-ins that night. And that way you can hear this story, and you can call back in after that if you want. So we gave him time to get back into the chat, at which point we rolled the clip for 5 Mile Holler. Loy wasn't available that night, so that's why we have the clip of him relating the story. And that person went back into the chat. We played the clip, and that person turned around and called right back into the show. What was his reaction, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you what. If you can find that episode in the archives, I think you'll get a kick out of that episode and out of the reactions from the story of 5 Mile Hollow. So, strange things do happen. And unfortunately, the hobby suffered a great loss. And we figured that we were compelled to share that story again. As kind of a tribute to a great storyteller in the hobby. And yeah, Ohio Relic Hunter was listening that episode, as many of the rest of you were that night. And Ohio Relic Hunter puts it very aptly, he ain't going back to that holler. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I want to say I believe his exact words when he called back into the show was, "Dadgummit, Loy." It's sad. It was sad to hear the news, but for many of us, we can remember the good times that we had and the times we enjoyed, and be glad that we had the memories that we do have. If you enjoyed the show, throw us a like. You can follow us here on the Beyond Sight and Sound channel, Beyond Sight and Sound page on Facebook, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, all the wonderful podcast distribution services out there. One of them, all of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you. We're glad that you joined us here tonight. We're out of here. Have a wonderful evening, folks. And remember, the story of 5 Mile Hollow. Strange things do happen. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.